All right, folks, we call this the Malzberg panel for a reason, and if we could make it into the true meaning of a panel by adding our friend, host of The Right Side, which is seen on Newsmax television, Newsmax contributor Armstrong Williams, we certainly will put him on as soon as we could get a hold of him. But in the meantime, it's me, of course, and our other friend, Roger Hedgecock, who's the host of the nationally syndicated radio show, The Roger Hedgecock Show. Roger, let me start with this, this turkey video. I got to tell you, lots of things bother me, which is unfortunate, I guess, for me, but it's very painful and hard, and it just evokes so many emotions to watch our sailors who are in civilian clothes be attacked and have bags put over their heads and have rocks thrown at them in a NATO country by a group of left-wing thugs.
It's been a long time since Turkey has actually been a NATO partner of the United States and Europe. They tried to move toward Europe. They were excluded because there's a lot of cultural and history reasons why Turkey and Europe don't get along. Turkey tried to invade Europe twice. So this is a country that has fought by the side of the United States in Korea honorably, in Vietnam for that matter, but lately has been taken over by an Islamist majority in the parliament that is very much tuned into the Islamist trends in the Middle East. In other words, this country is slipping away from a Western orientation to an Islamist orientation, and the Prime Minister there is a confirmed Islamist who will not even let the U.S. use Turkey to help the rebellion against Assad, but he does use Turkey to help the fighters go in from Europe and elsewhere to the ISIS groups that we're now fighting. So is Turkey a friend or an enemy? They're kind of in a transition phase, much like Pakistan.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I said NATO country, and of course I don't understand, as I've said on many other shows at many other times, I don't understand why Turkey is still in NATO, why there's not much more talk about getting them the heck out of NATO, in light of the fact, of course, most recently, as you so accurately described, that they wouldn't allow us to do things with regard to ISIS and at the border. And also, of course, in the past, they've used their ports as launching grounds for and ships to sail and to try to confront Israel with regard to the Gaza, the flotilla. And, if the day comes where Israel has to retaliate for something against Turkey, what's that? NATO's then going to drop bombs on Israel?
Well, that's the big question right now, because as I say, even in this relationship with Israel, where Turkey has been one of Israel's friends in the Middle East for many years, not recently, and it's really going the other way. Now, the point about attacking these sailors, though, needs to be brought up. Nothing in Istanbul happens. I've been in Istanbul. Nothing happens there that the government doesn't have a control over. There's no independent crime wave. There's no independent gangs. They're all part of the government power structure, as they are in Mexico, for example. So in these kinds of countries, when something like that happens, the sailors are attacked, it's a drawn-up, pre-planned event to humiliate the United States.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more, and it's disgusting, and as I said, it's very hard to watch. One other thing, I don't want to throw you a curve. They had this mall concert last night. Bruce Springsteen, Eminem, I guess, thought that it was an X-rated concert. Every word out of his mouth was the F word. They called it the Concert for Valor, and I don't understand. I don't understand what goes through the heads of these left-wing, entertainers. Where they think, the lyrics to Born in the USA, which is an anti-war and, in my view, anti-U.S. song, or It Ain't Me. I don't understand their choice of songs and lyrics. They're almost spitting in the faces of the people they're supposed to be entertaining.
Well, what did you expect? I mean, Steve, to be honest about this, these folks have been that way for many, many years. But you know what I took it to mean? I took this anti-war songs to mean that they were now protesting the war president we have, who's invaded yet another Middle Eastern country with no by your leave, no permission from Congress whatsoever, violating all the rules that Democrats used to insist the Republican presidents used to have to abide by with regard to committing the troops of the United States. I thought if they're going to be anti-war, that good, they're anti-this war.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I do like that take. All right. we're going to come back, Roger, and I'm told that in the next segment we will be joined by our friend Armstrong Williams, and we're going to have a lot more to talk about, including the latest Gallup numbers on the president and on Republicans and Democrats as well. Also, we'll talk about Charlie Rangel and his disgusting, pathetic, mocking apology for calling Tea Partiers white crackers, and a lot more. So we'll be rejoined by Roger Hedgecock and Armstrong Williams. But first, coming up between that now and then is the weather. And you've seen the pictures. If you're not experiencing it, if it's 60 degrees where you are like it is here where I am today, you say, snow? Cold? We are in for an early winter. Must be that global warming stuff. Joe Bastardi, chief forecaster for Weather Bell, will join us next right here on Newsmax Television.